This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Hello, my name is Harry Tambuatco. Welcome to our program. Now, the topic for today is called the National Fool. But who exactly is this? And what is this? Is this an award? Let me bring you into the current events of what's going on. We've got a senator who, I guess, likes to work very hard and refuses to leave his office. Then we have the other senators that seem to be wanting to vie for all kinds of different awards. Now, awards I don't understand for what purpose and for what objective. Let me see. One senator says that if you lose your documents in school, your diploma and whatnot, well, what happens is if you no longer have the physical diploma, you lose the education that you have worked for. I'm not sure that stands true simply because you can get these documents in school, and if not, you can go get an affidavit from your old professors. It's like losing your driver's license. It's not like you can't longer drive anymore. You can actually look for it. It does not seem to make sense. And then there's, let's see, the Chief Justice who was stripped of her position on a quo warranto, meaning she never had the authority to begin with after 6 years being Chief Justice. Rather than keeping quiet in shame because they found a lot of things that she did not have. I mean, for example, her BIR documentation, of which she obviously did not pay her taxes. Again, she says that she lied, but in this specific case, she couldn't prove it. So the burden of proof was really on her because there were many complainants that claimed that she never paid her taxes. So when she says that, now opening her mouth saying to the president, it is not you who pays the military, but the Filipino people, I guess there comes a time when you have lost your integrity and people no longer wish to listen to you. Then we've got the Senate president, who does not want to make a move, who talks and threatens a lot, but then again, nothing really happens. And he allows people to want to now live literally inside the Senate. Then we also have another senator. Interestingly enough, it seems they're all vying for awards. We have one that always wants to claim that he has done whatever, when what he does is he grabs the accolades, or he grabs the rewards others actually have done. You know, it's interesting how the Senate goes in front and tries to grab all kinds of awards. I would like to give one award. It's called the National Fool. I guess this person has to be that person, that senator, that says that, well, he has an amnesty document that he was given an amnesty by the past president, of which he has no document to show. Again, that just came out a couple of days ago in the Makati Regional Trial Court, where his lawyer was stumped because he obviously still went to court, had nothing to show for their presentations or manifestations, whatever you want to call it. Interestingly enough, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the National Fool, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about. With us, we have Bobby Brillante. He's with the mayor Rodrigo Roa Duterte National Executive Coordinating Council. That's the MRRDNECC. He's been with us here on GNN and on my show a number of times. Thanks for coming, Bobby. So, I'd like to give the award for the National Fool. Kasi mukhang, number one, he doesn't speak like a senator. He doesn't seem to want to dress up like one. If I'm not mistaken, this guy was a fugitive from the law at one time. He's, let's see, he was with the military, but they sort of, well, he opted out, and now the military is saying no. Well, he's got a lot of problems. Meantime, he opens his mouth after going through a lot of problems. I remember going back about 10 years, Angelo Reyes, out of shame, he caused to pressure this man who took his life. This guy's been opening his mouth and has never really apologized to the public of all the falsities that he peddles. Di ba parang ganun eh? And it seems, alam mo, Bobby, hindi ko maintindihan eh. Sa Facebook, he's lambasted left and right.
Every day.
Ang lakas ng loob niya magsalita at magsinungaling sa taong bayan, sa media. And the media, I blame the media for putting the cameras in front of him so that the people can be fooled. Is that the role of media, to fool the people using this guy, the fool that actually gives out all these lies? Ano basa mo dyan?
Well, first of all, I like your title for today. National Fool. So many fools would be coming out pretty soon.
Mukha nga eh, no?
Now that the filing of the certificate of candidacies will be...
Oh my gosh, you're right. The
about
circus,
2 to 3 weeks to go.
yeah, the circus is coming to town, ano?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all the fools would be coming out, filing their certificates of candidacies.
You're right, you're right.
Running for public offices that they are not even fit to be in. No? So, tamang-tama lang ito. And then speaking of fools, ang dami natin dyan sa Congress, sa Senado.
Pero parang sa Senado, parang nangunguna sila eh.
Fools in disguise of a senator.
Pero magaling sila, naloko nila taong bayan.
Yeah.
Di ba?
The problem with national election is that the people all over the country don't really have the time to scrutinize the character of the candidates. Like, for example, when Senator Trillanes won the election, it was more of a
Sympathy
vote and a misunderstanding by the people that he was representing a cause to fight.
Against GMA yan eh.
Oh, as years passed by, it came out na there is no cause pala to fight. All of those things were self-serving.
Yes,
Kaya,
yes.
ano, because up to now, he has not really laid out his program. Because, you know, when you are in the opposition, it is not enough that you criticize the policies of an existing or incumbent administration. When you say what President Duterte is doing, you have to present an alternative. You deliver your message to the Senate that if Mr. President, I do not like your economic policy because I think this is wrong for our situation. Here is my alternative. That is a constructive opposition.
So lucid
Yeah.
and constructive, lucid, and based on reality, I guess.
Yeah, dapat ang ating opposition should be positive-driven, constructive. Because the politics is an arena eh. It's a contest of bright ideas. Who are the brightest? Whose ideas it is that represent not only the sentiments of the people, but the people sila. Dito kami tataya kasi mukhang dito nakasalalay ang kinabukasan
So,
namin.
hindi pwede si Lenny kasi basic arithmetic, hindi marunong eh, no? So, please go.
Di lalo naman yung isang tatakbong senador na artista.
Well.
Yung 1 kilo daw, bawas na.
Bawas na,
Konti
oo
na
nga,
bigas,
no?
1 kilo. So, ang hina nila sa arithmetic, mabuti na lang, wala sila sa construction. Kung hindi, yung tatayo nilang building magko-collapse.
Tama yun, tama yun. Tama yun, tama yun. So we've got a problem. We've got the election. Why are we even going through with the elections with Smartmatic? I thought we've had enough of him. Enough of Smartmatic. I mean, from a country that is failed, di ba?
Yeah.
Everyone's leaving that country. We're getting a company that has been proven to have failed us on numerous occasions and still ongoing. Ito na lang kaso ni electoral protest ni Bongbong Marcos against Lenny.
Yeah.
Di ba, why are we still going through an election when we already know, linuloko lang yung taong bayan? Ako, hindi ko maintindihan ito eh.
From the beginning naman na nagsimula yung Smartmatic dito sa atin, alam naman natin na naging madali lang yung sistema ng dayaan. Because nung araw, it takes a number of days in order to manipulate the election results. Pero ngayon,
Mabilisan na eh.
mabilisan na because even prior to the election, meron ka nang na-feed na numbers. For example, pagka pinalitan ko yung SD card doon sa voting machine.
Kala ko sasabihin mo, enye eh. Go ahead.
If you notice, pagka election, kunyari magja-jam yung machine, di ba? And then tatawagin ng teacher yung technician. When the technician comes in,
Palitan na yung SD
meron na yan
card.
silang SD card. Meron ng predetermined numbers yan. This system that, for example, Attorney Glenn Chong is talking about or has been talking about, nangyari yan from day one. Matagal na tayong niloloko ng Smartmatic.
Smartmatic.
So, why are we even with this Smartmatic for the next year's election? I think they signed a contract until 2019.
Well, Lim signed it, Commissioner Lim signed it before he retired. Di ba? Before his term was up, kapipirma niya lang. Maybe a month before. But it can be rescinded, assuming that there is enough there's enough negativity towards it. It seems, pero parang no one's doing anything again. The COMELEC is keeping quiet. Are we beholden to the COMELEC? Dapat sila na lang magpresidente, sila na lang lahat. Kasi mukhang sila nagpapatakbo ng eleksyon eh.
Yeah, that's the problem because COMELEC is a constitutional body na hindi pwedeng pakialaman ng executive, di ba? So, it is independent by itself.
So maybe we should all go, mag-people power tayo, against the COMELEC to tear it down. Maybe
dapat-
that's the right thing to do.
dapat take over COMELEC.
Take over the COMELEC.
Just
Because
like what they
talagang
do in other countries.
mukha, ano?
Oo, kasi if anybody in the government cannot stop the COMELEC from doing what
The people
it has
can.
been doing, the people can. After all, anything that the people do, no matter how illegal from the beginning, it becomes legal because it is the people's will.
Yes, that must prevail.
Remember that the supreme law is the people. So kung anong gawin ng taong bayan, yun ang legal.
Yun ang legal.
If the people think that there should be no election in 2019 because maglolokohan na naman, the people should rise and go to the
Ako,
COMELEC.
feeling ko, maglulukuhan lang itong 2019 eh.
Yes. So,
You're considering, it's the same COMELEC, it's Smartmatic. What for?
the same mayors, the same governors, the same congressmen, the same political families vying for offices. Kaya nga dito we were hoping na sa federalism sana nagkaroon ng pagbabago because in the proposed constitutional amendment in the
Sa dynasty na lang eh.
transition to federalism, may component doon ng anti-dynasty.
Oh, tanggal na less than, at
Yeah.
least 3/4, tanggal kagad, ano?
Yeah, oo. Kasi if you are going to federalism with the same people and with the same family dynasties
Ganun din
playing
ganun din.
in the respective provinces, para bang ini-strengthen mo lang yung mga political warlords at yung mga
Kumbaga,
families.
COMELEC, election, Smartmatic na naman. It's
Correct.
the same thing. It's
And
the
it's-
same corrupt banana.
And it's Smartmatic, the one making money out of this.
And in the billions, in the billions. Now, going back to Senator Trillanes, what is with this guy? he's delusional. No? He really thinks that, I don't understand. There's another senator na who's asking for people power, si Antiveros, di ba? Nananawagan ng what? To save a guy who has caused negativity to the country, Trillanes, di ba?
Yes, yes.
Tsaka kung magsalita, parang hindi edukado no? I mean, sanggano magsalita I can't believe his dirt speak.
Parang parang iba yung mundo nila. Parang wala sila sa reality. Because imagine for you as a senator calling for a people power, no? Parang and then walang dadating.
Ilang beses na yan
Parang nakakahiya.
She's called for it twice na, Ontiveros, di ba? Wala namang pumupunta And even his followers in the Senate. I was looking at one blog, Trillanes, yung hindi na nakatingin yung organizer, Duterte. Sabi ko, grabe naman itong mga to. Unbelievable.
That's the advantage also of the digital technology. No matter how manipulated they are, yung mistakes very visible pa rin. Kagaya nung mga nakikita natin sa media, social media, yung sa Facebook, pati yung kanilang pag-iensayo kung paano isisigaw yung
Believe ako
pati yung interviews, for example, kay Trillanes, yung nagkakamali na sinasabi, take two tayo, kaya okay na ba? So parang things that you don't do in an interview, because whatever you say, it goes to the TV already.
Is the Filipino the fool for having to follow the yellow tards and Trillanes? But then again, he's not even Liberal Party. You know, the worst part is, like he says, when he was asked, is he a Democrat or a Republican? Ang sagot niya, nationalista. And nakakaya kay Villar, hindi kaya sinasabi niya nationalista siya. But then again, a fool is a person who does not know, because of his stupidity and ignorance, continues to do what he or she does. Can we say this guy is the fool? It seems it. O baka may tama talaga sa ulo, or mukha, no? I mean, I don't understand that. When people get into a fight in a village and you go against the village bully, expect to lose and get beaten up.
Yes.
But this guy just keeps standing up against the village bully or whoever, going against City Hall. He just keeps going. And he has the audacity to open his mouth and say all kinds of really rude things.
Mindless of what others think and what others say.
I wonder if it is the Filipino that is the fool for wanting to listen to it, the TV stations who promote the fool, or the fool itself who really likes to stand on stage to be called the fool. Di ba? I get a little confused which is which.
Kaya nga, so I think yung tao lang kasi, wala naman silang choice. When they turn on the TV, you only have 2 or 3 channels to as a source of information. And since wala yung alternative TV programming, lalo na yung news delivery, kahit na alam nila na hindi totoo, basta paulit-ulit, yun ang binabalita. So, yun ang pinapanood.
May mga nagsasabi pa, to avert the national crisis due the rise the Trillanes issue. Sabi ko, parang malayo ata, no? And then, lately, of course, the NDRRMC, the storm, yan. They brought it up to avert the rice crisis. Hang on, now they're predicting the storms? Believe ako. Unbelievable.
It's a typical, kasi situation. Kasi nung time nila, ito, saludo naman ako sa communicators ng Liberal Party during the time of former President Aquino, because they do a lot of things to divert the attention of the people. Bakit ako saludo, for example? Imagine for 6 years, lahat ng mga kabulukan na lumalabas ngayon ay napagtakpan nila. At napaniwala nila yung tao na talagang totoong merong daang matuwid.
Totoo yan.
So,
Kasulungalingan.
they made the people believe that for 6 years, because of Daang Matuwid, walang corruption.
Oo nga.
Now it's coming out, by
Walang
the
tigil.
billions pala yung corruption ng Aquino administration, and that's at the top level. And then we were made to believe that peace and order was okay. In the meantime,
The drugs were proliferating.
the drugs and big-time laboratories were all over. And doon mismo sa probinsya ng presidente.
Sa Tarlac mismo.
The biggest in Luzon was the Tarlac laboratory in the guise of a piggery.
Yeah,
So,
you're right.
ang dami nito ng mga na-dismantle na laboratory that only happened during the time of President Duterte's 2-year term period. So, doon ako sumasaludo sa kanila sapagkat napagtakpan nilang lahat ito.
Magaling.
Oo. Pagtatatag ng mga laboratorio ng shabu, yung massive distribution ng illegal drugs to the barangay level, yung pagtatakip ng mga billion na mga corruption in almost all branches of government.
MRT.
Yeah, so
Yung pagbabaklas ng MRT.
so lahat 'yan. So can you imagine kung hindi si Duterte ang naging presidente? So bulag tayo lahat ngayon sa totoong impormasyon because this is what the other mainstream TVs are giving us. Puro garbage.
Garbage.
Kaya sa ganong sistema, nasanay sila sa ginagawa nila. So, yung kanilang paranoia, parang ang tingin nila, yung ginagawa nila noon, yung ginagawa ngayon. So diversion. So, pagka merong issue na sa tingin nila, mali ang ginagawa ng Duterte, dumating ang bagyo, sasabihin, ay, ang bagyo nangyari, pan-divert ito ng attention ng tao.
Because they succeeded in the past.
Because that's what they used to do.
Now the latest issue, of course, is the inflation. The inflation rate. They're using it against the president that he has poor economic management. But alam mo, to a certain extent, I think mahina economic managers ni President Duterte. Ako, naiilang ako dyan kanila Dominguez, si Perniat, and worst, Jokno, you know. It seems, parang, I don't know.
I think may as far as competence naman is concerned, sa tingin ko may competence naman. Ang tingin ko kasi dito yung hindi sila ideologically in tune with the president. Because the president seemingly is a socialist president.
Yes.
He wants free hospitalization,
socialist.
free
You're right.
education, kung maaari nga lang, i-subsidize yung food supply.
Correct.
Ngayon, hindi masundan ng economic managers na because this means money. Kung ikaw naman yung finance secretary,
You have to make the money.
saan ko hahagilapitan itong gusto ng presidente ko na
So tax the people to death.
di ba? And yung mga social services are the priorities of any government because if a government cannot provide education, cannot provide a steady supply of food, cannot provide security,
I concede. You're correct.
Gastos ito eh.
I concede. I will not argue the economic management. We're going to have to take a short break. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll pursue the national fool. Stay with us.